any reports or any live pictures, but we are working on getting her in just a moment. But for those of you now just joining us, we are live on News 12. We are live on WRDW Plus. We are live on WRDW.com and Facebook, and we are trying to bring you the very latest information on all of our platforms, getting you the very latest information. We hopped on as soon as we had it confirmed with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, wanting to make sure that you had this information. And again, an active shooter confirmed at the Augusta Mall, and that is all we can officially tell you that is confirmed right now. We do not know if anyone was shot. We do not know how many shots were fired. We do not know where in the mall this happened, although we just heard Will Rio say that a lot of the activity appears to be around the Barnes & Noble area. That also, though, if you'll remember, is kind of one of the main entrances to the mall. In that upper level, it's where a parking lot is. It's where you get into the mall, where there's a major mall entrance, and then there's also the entrance via Barnes & Noble. So that could mean it was just a place where people could gain access in multiple places to the mall, or it could mean that is where something of interest was happening. We are working to confirm that. Obviously, Richmond County deputies have their hands full right now. I wish I could tell you that the threat has been mitigated, but we do not know that either. Working to get that information for you as well. We are watching this. You're looking live. Our crew on the scene is scrambling to zoom in to anything that looks of note so we can try to keep you updated on what's happening. We've seen some ambulances there, and they just appear to be parked at the moment. And paramedics appear to be standing by from what we've seen so far. A few minutes ago, we did see one appear to be rushing towards the building, but we don't know if that paramedic was able to gain entry or not. You can see a paramedic walking there, gloves on. That means they're ready to start working on any patients, but we haven't seen anyone loaded into an ambulance. And I can tell you, as long as I've been here looking at these live pictures, I haven't seen an ambulance speed off, and our crew hasn't mentioned anything about that either. Now, that could have happened before we started coming live to you, but just in the time that we've been here and the time that we've been looking at these live pictures here, and you're looking at them as I'm looking at them, we haven't seen that so far. It does look as though someone's backing up now to the mall, and we want to be careful too, because we don't know what we're about to see. So Gary, I want you to pay attention to that ambulance there. Just the doors are open, they've backed up, and in the event they're bringing someone in, I think the tree's going to obscure it, but I don't want to accidentally broadcast something that we don't need to see. It looks as though, I can't tell if somebody is on a stretcher or if they are unloading something from an ambulance, but it looks like they're taking it out of an ambulance. We don't know, again, if they are heading into the building, if it's safe for them to head into the building. We don't even know how many, if this is an active shooter situation or if this is an active shooters situation. We've just had it confirmed that it was an active shooter at the Augusta Mall. Your Sydney Hood now standing by, and Sydney, we know it is a huge law enforcement presence there, and you probably haven't gotten too close or you haven't been able to speak with any of them. But what can you tell us about what you've observed while you've been out there? Has anyone been rushing into the building that you've noticed?
I haven't seen anyone rush into the building, Meredith, but I have seen police kind of walking around the Barnes & Noble building, which is just through the trees behind me. I'm just going to step out of the frame so you can get a better look at what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to walk you through what I've witnessed so far. I'm in a grassy area in a parking lot beside the Ollie's. We haven't been able to actually get close enough on the mall property because there are deputies in both marked and unmarked cars that are blocking all the entrances that we have passed heading into to the mall. But what I see right now, like I said, a lot of deputies that are walking around the building trying to clear the area. We saw a lot of cars that were trying to leave the mall as we were coming in from Wrightsboro Road. And like I said, we were not able to turn in on any of the entrances to the mall because the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is blocking these entrances, and they've also got the Richmond County Marshal's Office out here as well. We've seen several EMS cars that are on the mall property in front of that Barnes & Noble area right now, but it seems like the active area, from what I can see based on where I'm standing at right now, is in the area of Barnes & Noble, Lululemon, Palmetto, Moon, and those stores that are taking you into the main entrance of the mall in front of the fountain area. I'm trying to see if we can see. I see some people going in and out of a store. I can't see from where I'm standing at right now which store it is. I don't know if we can zoom in a little bit to kind of see what we're seeing from right now. Like I said, it's kind of difficult to get an up close look because this is as close as we've been able to get so far. But like I said, haven't seen anyone rushing in and out of the building, just seeing a lot of deputies walk through the parking lot and trying to get people off the mall property and trying to keep people from getting onto the property. We've got the Columbia County Sheriff's Office that's driving onto the property right now. That's the first I've seen their agency be out here as well, but for the most part, just seeing a lot of marked and unmarked cars coming onto the property. Meredith.
All right, thanks for that update, Sydney. I've been speaking with some of our staff here. We have decided that we will stay on the air at least until we know that the threat is over. And again, being completely transparent, we do not know if the threat is over or not. We don't know if the threat has been mitigated. We don't know if there have been any suspects arrested. We don't know if the threat is ongoing. All we know, all we've been able to confirm, is that this is an active shooter situation at the Augusta Mall. And these are the things that we hope never happen in our community, but these are the things that our local law enforcement offices train for. We were just at a media day at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and they were talking to us about, hold on for 1 second, I'm getting a, okay, and this is confirmed. I can read this on the air? Okay, we do, actually, your screen went dark, Steve, so I'm being passed something from our digital manager here. I'm gonna read it to you live. We did have a shooting with one person shot. It appears to be more of a fight. 2 persons are in custody. We are still looking for one. The mall is closed and people have been evacuated. Only one person shot. So this is, there you go, thank you very much. So again, we want to reiterate for those of you who are just joining us, we now have it confirmed that one person has been shot at the mall. It does not appear to be an active shooter situation anymore. We have been told that 2 people are in custody now. They're still looking, Richmond County Sheriff's Office still looking for one person, and they're not calling this a shooting incident that, you know, appears to be a mass shooting where somebody was just shooting for the sake of shooting. We're being told that this appears to be more of a fight, more of a situation where, I mean, I'm speculating here, but I think the words from the sheriff's office allow for this, that, you know, it was people in a disagreement and that they were the targets of this. It wasn't, you know, random people being the targets of this, which in today's climate is something that we're all worried about. Again, they're still looking for one person. The mall is closed. People have been evacuated, and only one person has been shot. So we can confirm that one person has been shot, 2 people are in custody, and one person is now still on the loose that they're looking for. So what you're seeing now, it appears to be the end of a shooting at the Augusta Mall, one that appears to be the result of a fight. And we don't know the condition of this person, but we do know that it's only one person who has been shot right now. You're looking live now at these pictures, and just before Steve brought this over, this newly confirmed information, I was telling you how we were just, Will and Sydney, you just heard from them on the scene, All three of us and the photographer too, Hector Munoz, who's out there, we were all just at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office not too long ago, and they were speaking with us, their SWAT team was speaking with us about the training that they do. We actually met them out on their training facility. And these are the situations that we hope never happen in our community, but they walked us through scenarios and different ways that they train for these situations that when they do happen. And I know that Sydney and Will and I left that day knowing just a little bit more how prepared our Richmond County Sheriff's Office is for when something like this happens. And then here we are today where some of that preparation, some of that training, some of the things that we hope never happens in our community, well, it happened at our mall, and the Sheriff's Office was able to put some of that practice and some of that training into use. We're also seeing too just the collaboration with other agencies here. As we heard Sydney say, she saw the Columbia County Sheriff's Office here. We're seeing the Richmond County Marshal's Office here. As you can see, the ambulance fire is out there as well. A number of unmarked cars, and so we may not get a full list of the agencies who responded to this for quite some time. But it also shows you too just how quickly so many agencies in our area can respond to something like this. Want to again take you back to when we heard about this. We got the call around 1:15, 1:20ish, 1:23. I texted my source with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, Louis Blanchard, who was able to confirm within just 4 minutes. So at 1:27, we were able to confirm, yes, active shooter at the mall. And then what you see now is the result of that investigation. And again, for those of you just joining us, we are on Facebook, we are on News 12, we are on WRDW.com, WRDW Plus, coming at you every way we know how. We can tell you that there was a shooting at the Augusta Mall. It is confirmed one person shot. We do not know the condition of this person. We do not know the name of this person, but we do know some of the circumstances behind it. We're told that this appears to have been more of a fight. This wasn't one of those shootings, and you have to talk about that in today's climate. It wasn't a situation where a shooter was shooting random people. It appears to be a situation where there was a disagreement and it was more of a targeted shooting. There are 2 people in custody. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office still looking for one. You can see, they're still kind of walking the perimeter of the mall, and the mall is closed right now. People have been evacuated, and they're looking for that additional person. And we are waiting to get more information as well. All right, got it. Okay, and for those of you on the air, pardon me for that brief break there. I'm being told that we are wrapping things up on News 12 because again, this situation has ended, and unfortunately has ended with one person shot. Again, we do not know the condition, but a quick wrap before we send things off. One person shot. It appears to have been a fight situation. Again, it wasn't a random shooting situation, it appears. 2 people in custody. They're looking for one other person. We will send you back now to regular programming. All right, now those of you still joining us, we are going to continue broadcasting here digitally. That is the beauty of having multiple platforms, is we can let our network programming go back to network, and we can stay with you here and bring you all this local coverage live. Want to, again, for those of you now just joining us, we are able to give you live drone video for the first time, popping it up. You're seeing it as we're seeing it, and the mall, again, closed, and we've been told it has been evacuated. So I'm guessing what you're seeing is the result of mainly just the emergency response vehicles, some of the unmarked cars, and I guess some of the people who haven't been able to leave just yet. The search is on for one more person who was connected to this shooting, and we're looking at a very calm situation now. Nobody seems to be rushing because again, this situation is over. The threat appears to have been mitigated, even though there is still one person still on the loose. We are hearing that one person was shot. Sorry, I'm getting some information from sources as we speak. Yeah, we're again hearing one person was shot. That is confirmed from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. And it's also confirmed that this wasn't a random shooting. The person wasn't shooting at random people. It appeared to have been more than a fight. But we've got the drone up in the air now, and you're looking at live pictures. And I'm trying to see what it appears they're doing. I know we are looking for a third suspect here. I'm not sure if they're searching the parking lot for that person or if they think the person has left the mall, but we are told that the mall has been closed and that the mall has been evacuated. We've got a number of agencies that have responded to this. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office, of course the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. We've got the ambulance service, Richmond County Fire and Rescue. And again, as I was saying before, a lot of unmarked vehicles, so we may not know for a while, at least until like the list of everybody who was able to respond to this. And again, for those of you just now joining us, one person shot. We're working to figure out where in the mall the shooting happened. We heard from our reporters on the scene that a lot of the activity seemed to kind of congregate around the Barnes & Noble area. But as you can see, the Barnes & Noble area is an entrance to the mall. You can get in the mall through the Barnes & Noble. There's also an entrance on the other side of the Barnes & Noble. A number of stores just inside those doors. Sephora, New York and Company, some of those stores right there on that second level. But we are working to confirm the condition of the person shot. We do not have any of the names of anyone involved in this at the moment. We don't know the names of any of the suspects. Again, 2 have been arrested. A third person is on the loose. We are hoping to get a name for that person on the loose, a description, a picture maybe, so that we can help the Richmond County Sheriff's Office and the deputies get that description out there, maybe put it on Facebook, help them, let the public know who they're looking for. But they have not shared that information with us as of yet. As soon as they do, of course, we'll get that information out to you. Social media, a powerful tool when something like this happens, because those shares can really make a difference in getting the public's awareness of who someone is looking for. Again, these are live drone pictures. We put our Sky 12 drone up in the air to give you a more comprehensive look at the scene. The mall is closed, so it's a kind of eerie shot there with fewer cars as the mall was evacuated, and it looks as though you can see an ambulance leaving the scene. You can see several other emergency vehicles leaving the scene. The threat, for the most part, has been mitigated. They said the mall has been evacuated, but again, we are still hearing that they're looking for that third person. We don't know if they're looking for the third person, if they think they're still in the mall, if they think that they've left the mall and they've gone to surrounding areas. I mean, that Wrightsboro Road area is a very busy area. You've got a lot of businesses, a lot of fast food restaurants, and just on the other side of Wrightsboro Road, you've got a bunch of neighborhoods. So a lot of the law enforcement presence, from what we can even tell since our crews got out there, has left the mall. I don't know if that's an indicator that the suspect they don't think is there, but again, Wrightsboro Road's a big place. You can see I-20, the Bobby Jones, the 520 just beyond the mall. So it's a busy place, and here we are in broad daylight. It's also helpful too that it is broad daylight, helping deputies find the suspects. We are again just one suspect. I'm getting a text now from Lewis Blanchard. Let me read this to you. They are dealing with multiple issues on the scene. I don't know what those issues are, but they're saying they're still on the scene dealing with multiple issues. Again, 2 people in custody, We are searching for one individual. We have one person shot in total, and the mall is closed. And again, they're still on scene, they say, dealing with multiple issues. They're not telling us, again, what those issues are. As it looks like things are winding down a bit here with new information that is coming into our newsroom, want to give you, again, a broad overview of what we know and of what we're still trying to learn before we break off and work to learn even more before we join you back for our afternoon news coverage. But we do know that there was an active shooter situation at the Augusta Mall. We know that one person was shot. We don't know the condition of that person. We don't know the name of that person, but we do know that 2 people are in custody and that they are looking for a 3rd person. No names yet. And we don't even have a description of that 3rd person, but we do know that Richmond County deputies say that they're on the scene. I just got a text moments ago saying that there are multiple issues that they are still dealing with on the scene. We do know that this was the result of a fight, Richmond County deputies say, so this wasn't a situation where somebody just went to the mall and wanted to shoot random people. It appears as though this was a disagreement, but again, one person shot, 2 people are in custody. They're looking for one person. We are working to learn more, but for now we're going to sign off, and we'll see you again this afternoon when our coverage begins for our early newscast, News 12, first at 4.